Good evening everyone and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the F3, the Equal Performance League. I am your host with the most, Malc. Tonight with me, as always, is the greatest American commentator of them all, Tim. How you doing, mate? You alright?
How you doing, Malc? I guess it's been a day since we have talked because last night, of course, in the Performance League race, we saw some great action, and I'm hoping to see the same in the F3 race tonight. So, only been a day, but it seems like forever.
Oh, it feels like decades, but it's only been one day, is what you're so much saying on that one. But last night was one of the greatest ever races on, like I said, I repeat again, on the 200th subscriber on the YouTube channel. So that's a massive milestone for all of us at Invictus Racing Leagues, and I'd like to thank everyone, the admins, the drivers, everyone that contributed for the YouTube channel. And hopefully we're going to stop there. We're going to keep growing and growing than ever before. Let's hope we get some more in as the races come in. But like you said last night, this was one of the classic races at the Realistic Performance League last night in the Tuesday nights. But with this tonight, with the British Grand Prix, with so much, it looks like it's a little bit of a cloudy here, Tim. But do you think we could possibly have some rain tonight? Do you reckon?
I would definitely love some rain. I think that would really throw a spanner into things and really to just give us a little bit of extra action. You know, I mean, we've got 16 drivers right now on, lining up for today's race and lining up for today's qualifying session. So with a little bit of rain throwing into the mix, I really think that it would be a race to remember for seasons, if not years to come. Hopefully,
let's hope we make it one of the classics as well. Can we have 2 classics in a row? Hope so. I can't wait for it. But this is the F3 League. Anything could happen here tonight on the British Grand Prix, and we're going to do the actual qualifying lap here now. We're coming passing a club corner now from Rimac. Now, he unfortunately had DSQ a few races ago where he had the he had DSQ over there, but he is passing Abbey Corner and then into Farm and then a Village and then the loop corner now. Passing into the very first of the DRS straight now. He's trying to do everything possible under the bridge here. We've got a yellow flag sector 3 at this moment in time here, so the end of the first sector here. And then coming up to, which is Lovefield Corner as well. So coming up to Lovefield Corner, that lovely, the old star finishing line straight back in the early 90s before it was revamped at Silverstone here. Coming up to, which is Copses Corner. I call it Corpses Corner because there's so many incidences and they always go wide there, which we had last night between Sheepy and Yost there. We're coming up to Maggots now and then Beckett's now. And he's a little bit offish on Maggots and Beckett's there, but he's still going there. We're coming to the second DRS straight now, passing the Hanger straight now. He couldn't do everything possible here. Passing the end of the second sector into the third now, into Stowe Corner now. And trying to do everything possible here to get passing the entrance of the pit entry there. And then coming to, which is Veiled now, and then into Club Corner now, and that is the lap of the Silverstone Grand Prix, and the time to beat is a 128.9 from Rimac. But Gasto, fantastical there with a 127.9. Tim, who are you watching so far?
Currently, I'm watching Mike, who just got out of Maggots and Beckett's, now going into the Stowe Corner. And he is currently 4th, of course, with no time on the board. He's going to want to try to beat that 127.9. Currently on the medium tires, rounding the final 2 corners around this circuit, and he will cross the line momentarily. Let's see where he winds up. All the way to second place, a 128.661 for Mike SI in the Haas.
That's a brilliant time there on the medium tires as well. Normally it's like a 6/10 off the fastest lap of the softs there. So he's only 7/10 off, so that's still a good time there comparing to what Gasto's done there as well. So that's still a great time there. Luke Bailey did a 127.7. JSP, brilliant stuff there with 127.925, 500ths quicker than Gasto there. Yellow flag sectors 1 and 2 at the moment here. F1 Richard moved up to to third there with a 128.6. I'm just watching now Stephen now coming up to Corpse's corner there. Call it Corpse's corner now. And trying to do everything possible in the Merc corner now, passing into Maggots and then Beckett's now. So as you watching the F3 League for the last few races here, Tim, do you think, is there any races that you've noticed now that could have a good start here in the British Grand Prix tonight, based on what you've seen so far?
Well, for sure, Sir Spud, Luke Bailey, they've already won this year, so they have shown some great speed. F1 Mr. P has as well, although it doesn't look like he's joining us here tonight. And JSP and Rymac, both drivers of which are making only their second start in the F3 League, they showed some promising speed last week. Of course, as you said, Rymac unfortunately had a DSQ for what I believe was too many time penalties. Am I correct on that?
Correct,
but him
yeah.
and JSP have both shown really good speed.
Absolutely, and you are right that it was due to too many penalties there. So hopefully Rymac will keep it low on the penalty stuff for this race here tonight. But I know you mentioned it from the Performance League, but we're going to mention it again. What's your thoughts of the Silverstone Grand Prix here, the Silverstone track, for your words, Tim?
After last night, I think that it's possible that we're going to see the race get spaced out, but even as it gets spaced out and kind of drawn out, we're going to see a bunch of little battles here and there. So maybe the leader might have a 2-second lead or so, but there might be a 2 or 3 car battle for second place. Meanwhile, dropping back, we might find a battle for 10th. So the race itself, last night it seemed to really, the cars would spread out, but there was always these little battles that really kept it interesting.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what's going to happen there within the races tonight, because so Spud is in the lead with 23 points. Luke Bailey is in second with 20 points. F1 Richard is in third with 18 points. Still has not got a win yet. Same, I'm watching with O'Stephen now doing his medium tyres again. So the two drivers who are still having that wretched record there of no wins at all in the F3 League. So hopefully that will compromise too much there. Oh, O'Stephen got a 29.7 there. But like I said, they're still going for it there. Mr. P is in fourth, but unfortunately he's not racing tonight due to, I think, his work commitments there. So unfortunately he won't be able to race tonight. But looking at this now, looking at this from the times there that you see here, is there anyone that stands out for you so far, Tim?
Well, looking down the board, honestly, I am surprised to see Dre Gio only in the 9th position right now with a 129.1. He's shown some decent speed, and I expect him to maybe toward the end of the qualifying session jump up the board a little bit, as Sir Spud as well, who's currently in 10th. Of course, being early on, drivers, some will go out on the hard tires, some will go on the medium tires. They're not necessarily looking to set the pole lap the first time that they're out. They gotta, maybe they need to, fine-tune their driving line. Maybe they need to fine-tune their setup just a little bit, just to kind of get used to the track.
Absolutely, but you just never know what to expect there. But I'm just watching Tinnis now, trying to close in on, I'm not sure who that is ahead. That was O'Stephen there. He's trying to get the slipstream there from O'Stephen to try to get that oomph in with the soft tyres there. Now, we're under 9 minutes 25 left. 9 minutes 25 left. Oh, Tinnis is teasing us. He's absolutely teasing us. Madness. Where's Craig now? Craig's coming up to the hanger straight now. Yellow flag set to 3. Yellow flag set to 3, so something must happen there from that point of view there. But Brennan's moves up to third there with a 128.5. Sikon moves up to the top 4 with a 128.6 earlier on there. Oh, Craig's teasing us now. So many teasing us again. Unbelievable stuff, Tim.
Unbelievable indeed. Craig right now pulling into the pits, as you said. Currently, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Rymac, who is out on soft tires, 0 laps on his soft tires. Looks like he's going to complete his flying lap here very soon, so let's see if he can improve on his time. Currently a 1:28.902.
Yeah, as you just said that, I picked Rymac just for you on that one before you even said that, so that was just mystical to pick out which driver to pick out for as well, so that's brilliant stuff there. Let's see what happens here so far with Rymac now. So we're going to watch it from his point of view. It's one of the cars who's just gone off track there on sector 2, just glimpsed from our screens there. So at the moment here. JSP is in the qualifying pole position here in first place. Gaston Fantastico in second place. In second place. Brennan's is in third. Synchronicity is in fourth. F1 Richard is in fifth. Mike is in sixth with the only medium tyres at the top six so far. Luke Bailey is in seventh. Rymac, who we're just watching live and exclusive now, in eighth. Nigel Gash moves up to ninth now with the medium tyres with a 28.97 now. Dre Gio in 10th place there. Gaston! Oh, my days! 7,000 quicker! 7,000 quicker! 7,000 quicker than JSP for pole position here, Tim.
7,000 indeed, and also Mike has now jumped up to the third position, Luke Bailey in the fourth position. So already we're seeing a lot of drivers who were mid-pack just a lap or two ago now jumping up that board. Gasto, JSP, Mike, Luke Bailey, and Brennans is your top five right now. Synchronously, who was top four, is now in the sixth position, but is on his outlap now, going to try to improve on his time once he gets around to complete his flying lap, which starts right now.
Okay, I'm just going to go to see how JSP will do now before we go to Synchronicity to do his lap in here. We've got yellow flags at the one. Yellow flags at the one, so something must happen there. And two as well, just cooking in. So JSP coming to the final few corners now, passing Stoke Corner and then Vale. And now Club Corner now. Can he try and beat pole position here against Gasto by 7 thousandths or even quicker? No! No, he doesn't. He does not improve. He does not improve his time there. So, like I said, that might be invalidate lap here. So, Synchronicity will try and improve his time. So, do you think Synchronicity will get into the top four in this lap here, Tim?
Probably not this lap. I'm riding on board with him right now. And just in that last corner, I saw him really turn the wheel way to the left, almost as if to correct the car. It just looks like it's a little too loose for him right now. I just don't think he's going to have the speed this time.
Let's see if he does in the next lap or two. But he has done one more lap better in the softs there. But F1 Richard, so the two McLarens in the top six now with 128.512. Only 7 thousandths. Again, 7 thousandths difference between the two teammates here from Brennan's and F1 Richard. So Synchronicity is going out again on the softs. But the best strategy to go for is the soft mediums, so it's a one stop, but this is the longest ever pit stop that you'll get. Oh, Synchronicity moves up to fourth with a 128.1, Tim.
That's a good time from Synchronously, especially when riding on board. I honestly thought for a moment that he was just going to spin it through the grass when I changed to the onboard view. So definitely a good lap from Synchronously. He was able to hang on and keep the momentum and keep that speed to get up to the top four, at least for the time being. We have 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in this qualifying session, so it's going to take a little bit more time to see if he's going to line up there, but that also gives him plenty of time to fine-tune his setup and get back out the track, maybe for another flying lap.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'd like to see what's going to happen so far. Under 5 minutes left on the qualifying here. Will anyone try and beat Gasto's time there with 127.918 on the soft tyres? And it looks like the tyre to start off with. At the moment here, we've got yellow flag set to 1. Again, Nigel Cash is the only one in the top 10 with the medium tyres. So will he try and stay there, or will he try and go for the softs here? Actually, he's outside the top 10 now because Rymac or Tinnis moves up. It might be Rymac and then Tinnis into the 9th and 10th place here. So who are you watching so far, Tim?
I'm actually watching Rymac. He was not the one who moved up. Currently, he does not have any laps on those soft tires. He's just now starting his flying lap, so he's going to want to move up here in just a moment's time. I do believe it was Tinnis who changed the board up a little bit there. But you asking who I'm watching Rymac, and doesn't sound like it's going all too well for him right now.
I don't know if he's just trying.
Whoa, I'm sorry, Malc. I thought for a moment he was going to get him to Steel B. Steel B was there on the edge of the track, and it looked as though he was turning toward him, but Steel B stayed out of the way, and Rymac was able to avoid him. Of course, it's not like Steel B was out in the middle of the racing line.
No, absolutely not. He did try and avoid to avoid everything there. So fair play to Steel for trying not to get in contact with any of the drivers there with the qualifying lap as we speak here. But Where's this time going flying by? Because we're under 3 minutes 25 left of the qualifying here. 2 drivers so far left with no time at all, which is Craig and Vodtek. With their times have not been done so far. At the moment here, Gusto's holding on in first. JSP in second. Mike is in third. Synchronicity is in fourth. Luke Bailey. Oh, brilliant! Right back. You beauty in ball position here by 3/10. Fantastic, Tim.
And if you remember last week, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that he got the pole there as well. Of course, he used the soft tires where most drivers were going out on either mediums or hards, so that did give him some advantage. But this week, if he's able to hold it, that shows that last week was not a fluke and that he does truly have the pace.
Yeah, it does look like he does have the pace here tonight. But can he try and improve here with the race pace as well? Because either way, if you're good with the race pace, it doesn't matter if you're getting faster in qualifying. The race is always the most important part of league racing here. If you get that racecraft and race positions and produce it well on the day of the race, you'll be untouchable. And that is a very true fact, isn't it, Tim?
It is absolutely true, Malc. As now we have 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this qualifying session. The time really has went by fast.
Yeah, I don't know where that's gone. It just feels like zoom. Unbelievable stuff here, but can Vodtek try and improve here? He does not improve, so it looks like he's going to try and do another lap in here. Now, is there anyone that you're watching so far, Tim?
Actually, as you said, Vodtek, I decided to go back and look at him. Apparently, he's had 3 disqualified laps in a row here, because he has 3 laps on those soft tires. I'm honestly surprised that he hasn't tried to go into the pits for a fresh set of soft tires. But of course now that he's running out of time, and I don't think he's going to have enough time to get back around to get into the pit. So really, he's going, at this point, he has to stay out on those tires to try to set a time. But that's going to be very interesting in the race if he sets a time on 4 or 5 lap old soft tires, because that's almost half of the lifespan.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's going to be the one to watch, because, like I said, with the softs can last about 14 laps. Let me just double check on the tyre wear strategies again, just to be a recap. So the tyre wear softs last about 14 laps. The mediums can last about 20 to 21 laps, and also the hard can last about 26 laps. But like I said, anything could happen here tonight. Anything could happen here with this frantic qualifying here for the F3 League, for the Invictus Racing League, the Equal Performance League for the F3 League. And we're going up to, which is the usual 30 seconds left. Unbelievable stuff here. Can Vodtek try and improve his time here? Moves up to 15th. He moves up to 15th. Where's Craig? Craig is on the medium tyres here, so he's going to have to go for it. His one-stop shot here with the qualifying here. He's the only one who's got no time at all here. Absolutely manic stuff here, Tim. Who are you watching so far?
I am watching Craig just like you are, Malc.
Oh.
He's the only driver without having a time lapse, so he's definitely going to want to put a good one in here.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Tim, Nitrogas just been to top 2 here. Unbelievable stuff here. And he's just crossed over the line now with 127.8, but still watching Craig now. Still watching. Ryan Mack is holding on for first. He's holding on for first. Who's going to try and get pole position here? Will Ryan Mack hold on here? Or will he lose out by any of the drivers here? Gasto won't improve. Gasto won't improve here. Yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 2. So something must happen there. Madness stuff here. But can Craig try and improve here? Yellow flag set to 2 and 3 at this moment in time. So one of the cars needs to get out of the way quickly. One of the, I couldn't say the words there, but can Craig try and improve here with the medium tyres? If he can get that start there with the mediums, he'll have some fresh softs at the end of the race here. But will he capitalise on it at this moment in time? But here we go, he's coming up to the final few corners now, passing Club Corner now, and he gets a 129.2. A 129.2, but who's you watching so far, Tim?
I was watching Craig to see if he could get that 129.2, and he did. And it looks like Rymac is going to be our pole sitter, as there's not really a lot of drivers left to set a time. And just as I say that, Mike has made a liar out of me. A 127.602 from Mike. So Rymac is going to have to settle for the 2nd position here, as Mike has rocketed to the top of the board.
Oh, you beauty! You beauty! Brilliant stuff there from Mike! Unbelievable stuff there! What a lap! What a lap there! Absolutely unbelievable there! My voice will be gone after this! What a legend! Absolutely legend here, Mike! Brilliant! Tim!
I am just speechless. It's almost as if he heard me and he knew that I was going to say Rimac is looking good for the pole, and then he just wanted to prove me wrong, and prove me wrong he did indeed. As it is not long left for this qualifying session, I don't believe there are any drivers left to complete a lap. Correct me if I'm wrong on that map, although it does look like maybe Sir Spud is coming around to complete his flying lap, but it doesn't look like he's going to be very fast, as actually he has a Mercedes of O. Steven on his back bumper there.
Yeah, I think all the drivers, once they cross over the line, that's it. They won't carry on afterwards, and it's just the computer taking over. And we're just waiting for Brennan's to finish off his retirement in the pits there. But what a lap there from Mike! Unbelievable stuff there. Just at the nick of time there, 600ths of a second there from Mike. Unbelievable stuff there. He'll be the one to watch if he can try and keep that momentum going there. So this will be very tough here for any of the drivers here tonight, because Mike's one of those defenders as well, Tim, so it'll be one to watch here. But we will talk about that in a moment too. But this is the short qualifying classification for the British Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. You got Mike in first, Rimac in second, Nigel Gash is in third, Gaston's in fourth, JSP is in fifth, Synchronicity is in sixth, Luke Bailey is in seventh, Sir Spud is in 8th, Brennos is in 9th, F1 Richard is in 10th, Tinus is in 11th, O. Stephen is in 12th, Dre Gio is in 13th place, Steele in 14th, Craig is in 15th, and Vodtek is the last one in 16th place. And we're going to do the usual advertisements here, guys, and then we'll talk about the race of our predictions in a moment or two. So, good evening to everyone that's joined the session on the stream. I hope you enjoy it live and exclusive at the British Grand Prix here. This is the Invictus Racing Leagues on the YouTube channel. Not only we are live on the F3 League tonight, we've got the F2 Equal Performance League tonight on at the exact same time there with Warris Lander and Energy Dan for their brilliant commentary as always. But if you prefer to watch more the other days, we've got one on Monday nights with the F1 League, which used to be the No Assist League, on the Monday nights at 8 p.m. with the greatest commentary duo of them all, with Gareth and Sab, and also myself and Tim on the Tuesday nights as well for the Realistic Performance League, where the Mercs are the faster cars and the Williams is the lower cars, and the faster drivers obviously in the slower cars, the slower drivers in the faster cars, and to make it equal throughout the rest of the season as well. So that's that's where the F1 leagues are based, in the Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays on the YouTube channel. Not only we're on the YouTube channel, but we also got the podcast on the Tuesday nights as well. But this is absolutely manic stuff there, because one of the greatest podcasts of them all with Gareth and Sab, they do a brilliant podcast talking about the real life F1 and also the latest updates of the Invictus Racing Leagues as well. But also not only we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe as well. So make sure you tune in on that, guys. But hopefully we'll try and see what happens here at this moment in time as well. But can I just say, again, thank you to everyone that subscribed to the YouTube channel, we just hit the 200th marker here of subscribers. So let's hope we get even more subscribers here for the Invictus Racing League channel. Again, thank you to all the admins and also the drivers for making the league absolutely fantastico, magnifico as always. Tim, sorry for all the late there, but can I just say, who do you think is going to be your prediction for the top three tonight?
In any order?
Any order.
I'm going to go with, in any order, Mike, JSP, and Rimac. They are showing some really good speed here, but Nitro Gash, he's also one to watch. As you said, he rocketed up to the top two there for a while now, lining up in the third position. So it's really looking like it's going to be between those, top 5 or 6 drivers, give or take. But we could definitely see a surprise, because if you remember in the original race this year, in the first race, the opening race of the season, Mr. P, he started from the very rear of the field and moved his way all the way up to second, almost winning the race. So just because the drivers are not in the top 5 does not mean that they don't have a shot.
Absolutely not. Like I say, you just never know what to expect. It's like a lottery. You just don't know where to pick. Could we see Craig into the top 3? Could we see any of the outsiders get into the top 3 tonight? Or would Mike hold on to first here? Bear in mind, now, I keep saying this, Mike is a very good defender. Mike is a very good defender, but can Rimac try and beat Mike at the start finishing line? At the starting grid there. That's where the crucial part is. If you get, and also, they've got to be careful of Abbey Corner there at the first one, because some people could break at that moment in time. But also they've got to watch out for Cops's corner bit, because there was an incident yesterday with a collision there, so hopefully they don't want to repeat. Lightning does not strike twice here in the F3 League, what happened there with the Realistic League, Performance League last night. But like I said, the guys are all going to be all set and coming into the starting grid here. So my prediction here, I reckon Mike will probably hold on. I reckon Synchronicity will sneak in, and possibly Rimac for the top 3. But I'll tell you what, I'll let you do the honours, Tim, to start it off.
And an honor it is indeed, as always, Malc, as now you see the drivers lining up on the grid, the last few drivers in the rear just finding their spot. And there you hear it, the engines are revving in these drivers. They are ready to go. They're just sitting there waiting for those lights. This will kick off our F3 League. For the Invictus Racing League, it is 5 red lights in the air, and then no red lights. The race is green for the Invictus Racing League's F3 League British Grand Prix, and already Rimac an early lead in the Williams, but Mike is defending, and he's defending very hard, going to try to get by him, and there is already carnage in the back.
It looked like there was a Ferrari and there's some others as well. There's been quite a few.
Ferrari, a Renault, and a Mercedes all sitting in the dirt, Malc. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but yes, Dre Gio is out. Steel B, I think he was also involved. Sir Spud was the Ferrari that was involved. Dre Gio, I'm not sure if he will be able to continue. It looks like he is rejoining the track right now. But there was definitely a lot of carnage there. The Renault of Dre Gio just spinning across the track. Not sure what happened, if it was caused by contact, but already some carnage early on in this race. Meanwhile, going back to the lead, Mike SI in first with Rimac in second, followed very closely by Nitro Gash and JSP, with Synchronously also there. All the cars just in line. It's such a beautiful sight. Rimac trying desperately to use the slip to get close to Mike, but not able to do it. And Brennans is out. Brennans, a DNF, he's retired from the session. Not sure what happened, Malc. Did you see?
He looked like he lost their Cops' corner, and I don't know if there was any contact at the back there, but at the moment, Brennans is out. Brennans is out, but look at JSP. JSP making the move there against Nitro Gash, side by side with it. Oh my days, that could have been one hell of a move there from JSP into third place there, but Nitro Gash holding on. Nitro Gash is holding on there into third place here. Craig's moved up to 11th place here, so hopefully that'll be a biggest move there so far in this race here tonight. Mike has got the fastest lap of the race here. Nice Niels got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane here. Nice Niels, who's joined late in the qualifying here. He's going into the pits there, same with Vodtech as well. But like I said, I did not see what actually happened there from the start of the Abbey corner there. I did say to watch out for that corner there at the start, but it looked like it might be a Toro Rosso, but I might be wrong. It looked like they lost the car at that point at Abbey Corner, but I might be wrong. It looked like there was so many carnage there from the Ferrari as well. But at the moment here, we've still got this battle here with JSP trying to close in on Nitro Gash, but I might have to go to Rimac here. It's right at the back here of Mike here for first place here. Who are you watching so far, Tim?
I've actually been watching that battle in the top 4, and I was actually eyeing Rimac and Mike there, as Rimac, he was getting so very close to Mike. Now it looks like the Haas machine is able to pull away just a little bit, as now they're going through Maggots and Beckett's corners. Mike SI still in the lead. Of course, this is not a traditional passing zone, not that Rimac was close enough, but now it looks like Nitro Gash is sticking his nose into the mix.
Nitro Gash is going to make the move! He's going to make the move! Oh, can he do it from the outside? Oh! Nitro Gas is in perfect position here. Can he try and catch up to Mike? Oh, brilliant move, Tim.
That was a beautiful move, and that's what Mike wanted to see. That put a little bit of gap between him and the rest of the pack. 0.8 seconds now separating Nitro Gash and Mike SI. With DRS being activated this time, Mike is going to have to try to get a little bit further ahead of Nitro Gash if he wants to avoid the DRS, because Nitro Gash, he is looking very fast, and I almost think that could be very bad for Mike's race if he got DRS. And in fact, this time, Nitro Gash did not get the DRS. Mike is just enough ahead.
Yeah, the two Williams battling out here for the top 4 here. Rymac and JSP, they're both... Oh my days, JSP, might be Rymac there, I do apologise. Watching it from JSP's point of view here. JSP trying to close in on Rymac now for 3rd place, trying to do everything possible here. So the Williams are not doing team orders here, they're fighting for positions here tonight at the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. There's so many battles going here. Look at Luke Bailey as well, closing on synchronously through Maggots and Beckett's here. Oh, unbelievable stuff here. And
JSP has spun. JSP has spun. The Williams has spun, and now he's into the wall. He went through Maggots' corner, and he just spun through the grass. JSP, showing some promising speed, is now out of contention of this race with wing damage. He will undoubtedly have to pit this time.
Yeah, was there any contact from your side, Tim?
I was riding on board with him. I'm not exactly sure, but it looked to me like he just lost it.
Okay, no worries. Thanks for that, Tim. Thanks for that. But Luke Bailey moves up to 4th. Mike has got the fastest lap of the race now. We're 132.079 now. Earlier on, yellow flag set to 3. Yellow flag set to 3. So JSP will have to go into the pits if he's got front wing damage here. But watching his synchronicity's point of view here, can he try and close in on Luke Bailey now for 4th place here? This has been the most brilliant battle here. We've got a 4-car battle here. From 4th. Oh no, Tinnis has made a mistake. Tinnis has made a mistake. We just brought F1 Richard here into play here. Oh, side by side, Tim. Side by side. What a move.
And F1 Richard was able to make the move and clear Tinnis at least right now. But now Tinnis is trying to fight back on the outside. Just not enough speed to do it.
No, he has not got enough speed there, but Tinnis is right at the back. He's right at the back of F1 Richard here. He needs to do something here. F1 Richard, don't worry about Cops's corner here. Oh, you got to be careful there. They could easily get penalties at Cops's corner so easily. You could go wide there, so got to be careful there. So the guys who are pitted early from the inside turn 1, they have to go on the hards. They had no choice but to go on the hards. If they went for the mediums, they would have lost like another 30 seconds, because this is one of the worst pit entries. It takes about 25 to 30 seconds here. One of the longest of the F1 calendar here. Still watching 3-car battle between synchronously F1 Richard and Tinnis, but Tinnis is trying to make the move. No, he doesn't. Tim.
Well, I'm still watching that battle as well. Tinnis, who as synchronously actually went very wide out of that corner. Tinnis is fighting back hard, but now it looks like he's losing speed. F1 Richard just pulling away now, and now he has his sights set on that Renault of synchronously right up in the 5th position. But synchronously has his sights set on Luke Bailey in the 4th position. Right now, we have these cars very close together. This is just amazing what we're seeing here. Mike still in the lead, followed by Nitro Gash, Rymac, Luke Bailey, and synchronously is your top 5.
Oh, this is going to be brilliant stuff here. This is absolutely brilliant racing here. Whatever happens here tonight. But can we see any more shocks along the way here? Nice Niels getting... Well, Nice Niels and Vodtek are having a ding-dong battle between 12th and 13th there. But still watching Luke Bailey now trying to close in on Rymac now for 3rd place here. Yellow flag set to 3. Yellow flag set to 3, so something must happen there. It might be something between Nice Niels and Vodtek by the looks of things there, but hopefully we'll try and find out sooner rather than later there. But there's so many battles going on here. We've got a 4-car battle, 3-car battle here for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. We've also got F1 Richard trying to close on synchronicity there for 5th, 6th, and also Tinnis in 7th. Oh, Tinnis! Tinnis is right at the back. Tim, watch this! Watch this! Oh, my, unbelievable!
Tinnis right now trying to make a move on F1 Richard, but not close enough to do it this time. But he is right there using the slipstream and using everything he possibly can as now they go past the pit entrance, rounding the final 2 corners of this lap. Synchronously, F1 Richard 67 and Tinnis all fighting for the 5th position essentially. Rounding down, going to the front straightaway now, crossing the line. F1 Richard still in 6th, Tinnis still in the 7th position, going to Abbey Corner now. and Tennis goes wide. Tennis goes wide and is in the grass and has to hang on to it.
Yeah, he had to be very careful there. He's done well to hold on to that car there. I know he's only been on the grass a little bit there on the car, but it can happen. Anything can happen there with the tyre wear as well, because it's just slippery when you go on the grass there. But look at Tennis now. Can Tennis try and close in F1 Richard now? Not enough, but F1 Richard is more closer to Synchronously than Tennis is to F1 Richard. But absolutely, this is going to be a classic race. I can feel it. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Oh, unbelievable stuff here, Tim.
Unbelievable. And now F1 Richard, who of course had the podium in the last race, is now trying to make a move on Synchronously. He wants to make it another podium today, but even after getting by the Renault, if he can, he's going to have to make up at least 2 more positions very early on in this race. But already F1 Richard trying desperately, but Synchronously, as they went through Maggots and Beckett's, is now pulling away, but F1 Richard has the advantage, and he's going to try to make the move. He's going around the outside, and will he be able to clear him? Yes, he will. F1 Richard moves up into the 5th position.
What a move! What a move there from F1 Richard. Brilliant stuff there. He moves up to 5th place there. But Tennis is right at the back of Synchronously there. I think Synchronously is trying to save fuel here, or save ERS, because he's right dropping down a little bit here. But Tennis has just tapped the back of Synchronously there, but Synchronously is holding on there. He's holding on there for 6th place there, but Tennis will be pouncing at any moment in time here through Abbey Corner here. Absolutely madness stuff here, Tim.
Synchronously definitely trying to save ERS. Right now he has it in mode 2, so currently with 54% charge on that thing. I'm watching his telemetry right now. He is trying to hang on to it, currently not adjusting it at all, but he's able to keep Tennis behind him, so far it's working for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done well there, Synchronously. And we had a comment in from Sonaldo says, come on, Synchronously. So he's got a fan there as well. And we've got another fan of Rymac as well. Says, come on, Rymac. How you doing? And it says hello to Daniel as well. So, how you doing, Dan? Hope you're okay. Well, but like I said, we've got 3, maybe a 4-car battle here for 5th place here. So that'll be the one to watch there. But Rymac's trying to close in on Luke Bay. But my brilliant race, my brilliant driver so far here is Nitrogash here and Mike in the top 2. Nitrogash, who had 2 DNFs in the first 2 races here, and right down in the dropping pecking order of the Drivers' Championship. But can he make it a good podium here tonight? We'll have to wait and see. But I don't want to cause havoc here, but the commentators curse here, as we always call it here. But who are you watching so far, Tim?
Actually, as you were talking about Nitro Gash, I decided to move up there and take a look, but it is 1.5 seconds separating him from the lead right now, so not much going on. However, it looks like Luke Bailey is starting to close in on Rymac and the Williams just behind Nitro Gash, as he has cut that time down to 0.3 seconds, 0.3 of a second separating Rymac and Luke Bailey here. And Luke Bailey trying to use slipstream to get close to Rymac in that Williams, but Rymac doing a good job holding on so far. Of course, it doesn't look like Luke Bailey is pushing the car too hard, but he has switched into overtake mode just now.
Okay, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here between Rymac and Luke Bailey. Will Rymac hold on for 3rd, or Luke Bailey try and make the move? No, does not make the move. He does not make the move here, but he's coming up to Lovefield Corner here. Absolutely manic stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely manic stuff here. We're on lap 8 to 26 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Mike holding on for 1st. Nitrogas is closing in. He's closing in on Mike here for 1st place here. From 2nd place there, Rymac in 3rd, Luke Bailey in 4th, F1 Richard is in 5th, Synchronously is in 6th, Tinnis is in 7th, O'Stevens in 8th, Gasto's in 9th, Craig, who started off near the back of the grid there in 10th place, but Tinnis has got 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. But however, Craig has got the medium tyres, so if he can try and get past the guys here as quickly as possible, that'll be a magnificent achievement there, considering where he started at the back of the grid. At 15th place, I do apologise, not right at the back, but he did start near the backish at 15th place. So well done to Craig at the moment here. Dre Gio is in 11th. Nice Niels is in 12th place. Tinnis is in the pits now, but Tinnis has got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Unbelievable stuff here. Nice Niels in 12th, JSP in 13th, Suspod in 14th, Vontek 15th, Steele 16th, and unfortunately for Brennans, who had the DNF earlier on in the race, in 17th place. Tim.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Tinnis there, so he now has 8 seconds worth of time penalties. A not so good race, just getting worse for him. But meanwhile, as you mentioned, Craig in the medium tires, he's now with Tennis having the pit moved up to the 9th position, and he has a lot of soft tires in front of him, so he might be leading this race during pit stops. Not sure how that's going to translate once all the pit stops are done and where he will wind up in the pack. But so far, Craig running in the 9th position.
Well, it's 23 seconds the gap between himself and the leader, and it does take about 25 to 30 seconds there, so he will be in the lead once everyone's, the top 8 does get into the pits for their one and only pit stop. So I will not be surprised if they pit roughly between lap 9 and lap 11 now. So this is the marker now for the pit stop entry here. Will the guys try and pit now, or who would gamble here to try and do well here? We just have to wait and see what happens here. But that's what's going to happen here. But Luke Bailey nearly went to Rimac here. But look at Nigergash now. Closing in on oh, Mike's pitted, and Rimac's pitted now. So Nigergash is in the lead now. Oh, unbelievable stuff here. So we got the 2 Red Bulls to give us some wings in top 2 positions here, Tim.
Yeah, Synchronously and F1 Richard have also pitted as well. Synchronously was getting really close to Richard, maybe thinking about making a move, but they both dove into the pits at the same time. So now our new running order, while pit stops are underway, Nitro Gash, Luke Bailey, O. Steven, Gasto, and Mike is your top 5. Rymac coming out in the 6th position. Craig moving up to 5th now.
Yeah, Craig will move up to 5th place because of all the guys who are in the medium tires. But bear in mind though, he has got the fresher softs at the end of the race here. So probably on lap 15. Somewhere at that point, at lap 15, will be the marker for Craig to get pitting for the soft tyres to push that limiter on that Ferrari car to give him that va-va-voom room moment there with that car. But we've got a couple of battles going on here, Tim. We've got Mike and Rimac as well, but also we're just seeing in the background there Tinnis and F1 Richard. So is there anyone that you're watching so far, Tim?
So far not watching anybody except for F1 Richard and Tinnis, as right now they are still close together. F1 Richard just 0.4 of a second ahead of that Racing Point machine. So Tinnis maybe going to try to make a move here. Of course, he has 8 seconds worth of time penalty, so it may be for naught. But with lap 10 of 26, there's still plenty of time for him to make up as much time as possible. Absolutely.
Nigergash is going into the pits now, and Swaz, Steven now into the pits now. So will Gasto follow through here into the pits? We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, Craig will go. Yes, Gasto does go in, but Craig will move up to 2nd place here to see where everyone is at this moment in time here. But this is absolutely manic stuff here. Tinnis trying to close it on F1 Richard. Rimac is trying to close it on Mike here. But absolutely fantastic stuff here. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. But Luke Bailey could have pitted at that point, but his teammate Nigergash was in the pits, so they wouldn't do a double stack. And he would have lost quite a bit of time there, Luke Bailey, if he had to stay in at that moment in time. But it's a 21-second gap now between Luke Bailey and Craig now. Oh my days, look at this! Nigergash and Rimac! Nigergash will be a sitting duck here against Rimac here, side by side here with the 2 in the bed at Red Madness! Rimac goes up, Rimac moves up to 4th now, Nigergash drops down to 5th now. Tim?
Watching this battle with you, Malc, Nitro Gash, and Rimac just duking it out very hard. That was an amazing pass from the Williams of Rimac, but Nitro Gash not wanting it to go that easily. He is still half a second behind Rimac, and he is going to fight back hard, but Rimac is just pulling away.
Yeah, absolutely, but I don't know if Rimac has got penalties as well. Same with Mike and Nigergash. I know Mike is not a penalty taker or anything like that, but he does defend quite well on his car as well. But look at Rimac, he really wants to get ahead and try and stop that DRS stream here. But we've got F1 Richard and Tinnis at this moment in time. But Luke Bailey is in the pits now. He should be coming out here. He'll be close between Craig. I'm going to see where Craig is, but Luke Bailey is coming up too. Oh, Mike's got the fastest on the race now, 131.9. So Craig will be in the lead now. Depending on where Luke Bailey is. Luke Bailey's dropped down to 5th now. So he's dropped down to 5th after that push of that car there. So we've got a 3-car, maybe a 4-car battle here for 2nd place here in a moment or two, Tim.
Yes, and after taking the lead, Craig actually received a 3-second time penalty, so that's 3 seconds of time penalties for him, 3 seconds for Luke Bailey, 8 seconds for Tennis, and 5 seconds for Nice Niels.
Ooh, okay, so is that the only penalties left? That's the only penalties that currently have so far in this race, Tim?
Only penalties thus far.
Okay, so at the moment here, Mike could be the new winner of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, for the race at the... Oh my days, Rymac's gone wide there. He's got a 3-second time penalty now, Rymac. Rymac's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So Nitrogash will have to close in. If he wants to try and get that podium like he did last season, he'll have to challenge for that. But look at Rymac now, so going right up close to Mike here for second place here. Will he try and make the move here? Oh, coming up to Stoke Corner. Coming up to Stoke Corner here. Oh, no. Mike's holding on. Mike's holding on. Craig's going to the pits now. Craig is going to the pits now, so he'll have to do the softs up to 14 laps of the softs. That'll be a massive on the limiter here, but Rymac's got the fastest lap of the race now, 131.081 now. So, absolutely fantastic stuff here. Whatever happens here tonight here. But is there any drivers out there that have impressed you so far during this race at the halfway mark, Tim?
Well, when Nitrogash made that move on the outside early on in that race, honestly, that impressed me. And Tennis is now out of the race. And DNF, not sure what happened, but Tennis, a bad race, just getting worse and worse. He has crashed. He has actually crashed. Not sure what happened, but he is out of the race. I'm
just trying to see where he crashed. Oh, he crashed on the left-hand side at passing Abbey Corner there. So he's out of the race. He's out of the race here. So he's the second DNF of the race here tonight, with Brennan's being the first DNF of the race here tonight. Yellow flag set as 1 and 2 at the moment here. Still yellow flag set to 1. I don't think there'll be a safety car because it is off track here. So let's see what happens here tonight. But look at Rymac now. Rymac needs to get past Mike here if he wants to win the race, and he needs to get past him. We've got the 2 Red Bulls there, closer for 3rd and 4th here. But Rymac now, trying to close in on Mike now. Chance now, but oh, nearly. Oh, Rymac, Nitrogash, oh, what a move! Luke Bailey, what a move there into 3rd place. Tim.
I did not see it. I was watching the lead. Rymac less than a second now, separating him and Mike, but Luke Bailey moving up into 3rd with Nitrogash in 4th. So tell me about that.
Oh, it was at Hanger Straight there. Before we got to Stoke Corner, Luke Bailey saw the gap, took it, and he took it with ease there. A little bit of a gap. The gap was open, and I'll tell you what, Nitrogash was a sitting duck there. But hopefully Nitrogash will bounce back here at this moment in time. We might have a 4-car battle here for the lead here. Tim!
We have a 4-car battle, at least more or less. Rymac 1.2 seconds behind Mike, but behind him, less than a second, is Luke Bailey, and less than a second behind him is Nitrogash. So it is 2 Red Bulls chasing a Williams and a Haas right now. That is your top 4, with F1 Richard in the McLaren in the 5th position. 1.2 seconds behind him is Synchronously in 6th. 7th is O. Steven 002, followed by Gasto, JSP, Sir Spud, Craig, Bodgetek, Nice Nails, Still B, and Dre Geo. Dre Geo has now moved up into the 14th position as Still B has made a pit stop. And of course, Tennis and Brennan's your 2 DNFs for the race so far.
Absolutely. We've got a 3-car battle here now as Nitrogash is drifting away from the top 3 at this moment in time here. But would 2 Red Bull cars in the podiums here tonight be doable here at the moment here, Tim?
I think it would definitely be doable, especially you have to remember that Rymac has a 3-second time penalty. So as it sits right now, Rymac would actually be finishing 4th and would probably be putting those Red Bulls 3rd and 4th if it finished right this second. Of course, Mike, as far as I know, he does not have any time penalties yet and may not get them, as right now he is just showing an absolute dominant performance. He got the pole and has more or less led the entire race, barring the pit stops where he dropped all the way down to only 6th position. But after the pit stop cycled through, he's now moved himself back up into 1st. There for a minute, it looked like Rymac was going to make a move shortly after the pit stops and after he got the lead back, but Rymac has since just dropped back 1.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, I don't know if Rymac's trying to save ERS mode here to try and build it up, to try and close into Mike here, who's done a brilliant job here from start to finish here during this race here. We're over the halfway mark here, lap 50 and 26 of the Invictus Racing League. the F3 League. If you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Oh, what a move! What a move from Luke Bailey at Cops's corner. Unbelievable stuff there. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. I will try and explain it. At Cops's corner, Rymac did not even see where Luke Bailey was. Luke Bailey just went through the inside. He was like, oh, thank you, come again. What a move. But Rymac is trying to bounce back here into second place here against Luke Bailey. Tim.
I was watching the battle, and even I didn't see where Luke Bailey came from. It's just like he came out of absolute nowhere, just appeared, and then poof, took second position. So Luke Bailey, a man on the mission right now, trying to chase down Mike, and he has 3 laps. About to be 4. He has 4 laps on his medium tires, where Mike has 6 laps. So already Luke Bailey has slightly younger tires than Mike does. Of course, that's not going to be a huge advantage, but depending on how these drivers manage their tires, it might just be enough.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see what happens here tonight. But Tinnis is out of the race here, out of the session here. And same with Steele, who's just retired in the pits here. So he's out of the race here tonight, which is a shame, because I would have liked to see him try and battle it out to try and get at least a point here tonight in this race here. We're on lap 16.26. But like I said, Rymac is trying to get closer and closer to Luke Bailey. Oh, Luke Bailey's going a little bit wide there, left field corner there. But he's trying to do everything possible here with Luke Bailey here. But brilliant stuff here. This is the only battle we've got so far, guys. I would have gone through to all the drivers here tonight, but this is the only closest battle we've got so far in this race here. But Luke Bailey doing a brilliant, stellar job here. But like I said, the gap between Rymac and Nitrogas is 2.1 now, or 2.2 at this moment in time. But Nitrogas needs to push that Red Bull car if he wants to get that podium. But look at Rymac now. Rymac will be a sitting duck here and try and make the move. Trying to make the move side by side with the 2 in the bed. 2 in the bed at Stoke corner here. Makes the move. Done. Side. Sealed. Delivered here, Tim.
And that was a good move by Rymac. Just sitting there, waiting in the wings and waiting for the DRS to get by Luke Bailey. Luke Bailey now back on the offensive, trying to chase down Rymac. And Rymac is really fast today, as now Sir Spud has a 3-second time penalty. So add that to the list of time penalties. Sir Spud 72. But Rymac, as I said, without that 3-second time penalty, he would be looking as one of the favorites to maybe win this race today. But with the time penalty, I just don't know if it's going to happen or not. It really will all depend on if Mike gets a time penalty or not, or if something catastrophic happens. Yeah,
because at the moment it's like 1.1 second of a gap here. But at this moment in time here, this is going to be an absolutely belter. Look at Luke Bailey! Oh, Luke Bailey, I thought he was 1/10 there. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be one hell of a race here. So Spud Craig having a ding-dong battle here with 10th and 11th at the moment here with the other battle going on. I might have a quick look at Craig here to see, try and close in on Sir Spud. And he makes the move. He makes the move done. Bish, bash, boss there. Brilliant stuff there from Craig there, just at the nick of time there against his teammate in 10th place. Tim.
Yeah, good move from Craig indeed. Right now, though, I'm still watching the battle between Rymac and Luke Bailey. It just has not let up. Luke Bailey is there, and he stays there. He might be getting a DRS. In fact, he will. He will go by Rymac now, and Rymac moves over to let him by, knowing that he's just so much faster. So Luke Bailey now moving back up into the 2nd position, followed by Rymac in 3rd. Both of them trying to chase down this Haas machine. And really, if they could find a way to work together, that would be the ideal situation. But there's really not a lot that they can do there.
No, he could not do anything about that, Rymac. He had no other choice there, but he might have to try and save a little bit of ERS here, because he like I said, Nitrogas, there's only 1.3 second gap between himself and Rymac, so Rymac would need to think about pushing that car to the limit here. Synchronicity has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. Unbelievable stuff here. Still watch this battle, and also Craig and Sir Spud having a ding-dong battle here for 10th and 11th again as well. This is a brilliant race. This has been a classic race as well, again, as always, with Mike holding on for first as well. So brilliant stuff here. Tim.
Yes, brilliant indeed. Luke Bailey now 1.3 seconds behind Mike. I thought for a moment he was going to be within DRS range, but Mike is maintaining that gap just outside of the DRS range. It's almost, if I didn't know any better, it's almost strategic. It's almost like he has eyes on his rear wing, and he's able to calculate exactly how much ahead he has to be. And it's just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think did Rymac get another penalty as well? It looked like
I don't think he got another penalty. but I will check on that.
Yeah, I'll just double checking on that because Rymac is going to be closer to Luke Bailey again now. I was trying to look at the comments there to see if there was any other comments coming in. But if you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel for all the live races here as well. Not only we're live tonight, we've got the F2 League live and exclusive for you guys at the same time as well. Coming up to lap 1926 of the F3 League of the British Grand Prix here. Absolutely belter of a race here tonight. But this is the, like I said, we had a couple of battles going on and everyone's all a little bit spread out here, left, right, centre here, but still absolutely fantastic stuff here, whatever happens here tonight. But at the moment here, Rymac is 9/10 behind. Luke Bailey is still watching this, but Nitrogas is 2 seconds off. Rymac is, it doesn't, if it's still 3 seconds of the penalty, he will have to catch up to him as quickly as possible here.
Unfortunately for Rymac, he has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, so he's going to have to hustle big time. Otherwise, a podium, much less a win, is definitely out of the question, at least where he's running right now.
Yeah, so Rymac has got 6 seconds worth of penalties, so this will be fantastic stuff here for Nitrogas as long as it keeps intact here. But it looks like he's drifting away from Rymac, so I don't know if there was something going on here with Nitrogas who he's trying to save fuel here. His front wing is alright at the moment here, but I just thought whatever happens here. But Rymac's fan club here says, Rymac, you've got this, he said. But it's 1/10 off. Luke Bailey trying to go to the inside of the Stoke corner and makes the move done. Fantastic stuff there from Rymac there. But look at Luke Bailey here, nearly trying to make the move here. It feels like it's like a Vettel Verstappen mode there at the real life F1. Back in those races here, it was a classic as well. But this is a brilliant battle here between Rymac and Luke Bailey. Could this be the rivalry that we hear for years to come, or the seasons to come? Hopefully we'll see that many of times here. But if you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel for all the live races here tonight. We've got 7 laps remaining here. Still watching this battle between Rymac and Luke Bailey here. Can we see any more shocks along the way here? This is absolutely unbelievable stuff here, Tim.
Unbelievable indeed, as Luke Bailey thought about maybe making a move there, but just not close enough. He just kind of stuck his nose out just to see if maybe it was possible, but as I said, just not close enough to Rymac this time. But and now Sir Spud, another 3 seconds time penalty, so that is 6 seconds worth of time penalties for Sir Spud, who's currently running in the 11th. But between Rymac and Luke Bailey right now, I don't know if Luke Bailey is now in the grass. He does not hit anything, but he just went a little wide and got on the curb too much, maybe even in the grass a little bit, and it sent him to the inside of the track. So now going through Maggots and Beckett's, Luke Bailey is in the 5th position. He was in the 3rd position, now in the 5th position. Unfortunate for Luke Bailey. Yeah,
it's really unfortunate there for Luke Bailey. But look at F1 Richard now. F1 Richard trying to produce a good race here so far here. We've got a comment here. Sonaldo says, come on, Sigurdsson, move to that 5th place. He might have a chance here for 5th place if Luke Bailey does not make any, well, if he does, hopefully he doesn't make any mistakes here, but if Sigurdsson will pounce if Luke Bailey makes another mistake during the stint at the 5 laps remaining, 5 to 6 laps remaining of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League here. Absolutely manic stuff here tonight. Absolutely manic stuff here. There's a bit of a gaps between each driver here so far now, but at this moment in time, we've got Mike. We'll go through to Mike here. Mike, who's done a brilliant job. We haven't mentioned about Mike throughout the whole race here. I only mentioned at the start here with the battle here with Rymac during that stint at the first start with the soft tyres, and he's done a brilliant job, stellar job here. Try and do everything possible here. Luke Bailey's got a 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So Mike, who's done a fantastic job here. And like I said, if you can try and keep that momentum going here, Rymac could be closing in on Mike at this moment in time. But it's just something to see what happens here. But Sir Spud's going into the pits now, Tim, with 12th place.
Yeah, and that is 6 seconds for Luke Bailey now in time penalties. So with that being the case, it looks as though Luke Bailey's chances at a podium are now out the window, along with Rymac, who also has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, unless he can, put a nice buffer between him and F1 Richard. Otherwise, if the race were to end this very second, your running order would be Mike, Nitro Gash, and F1 Richard getting another podium.
Be a brilliant job for F1 Richard again to get into the podium stuff once again here, because it'll be a massive opportunity here at this moment in time here. I'm just watching Synchronicity now, try closing on Luke Bailey now for 6th place here. But like I said last week, Luke Bailey, F1 Richard and Vodtech were the podium sitters here last week in the German Grand Prix. But like I said, if Mike can hold on, this will be another winner, a third different winner on the bounce here tonight. So hopefully that will be a fantastic achievement there. But Synchronicity is slowly catching up to Luke Bailey. But like I said, Luke Bailey will drop down with 6 seconds. So he would drop down to possibly 6th/7th, depending on where everyone is. But Synchronicity will move up to 5th as long as it keeps intact with Luke Bailey. Tim.
Yes, Rimac right now running in the 2nd position. Nitro Gash in 3rd, F1 Richard in 4th, and I'm kind of hoping for a safety car here, Malc. I would love to see a safety car in these last few laps, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't see any battles to take a look at, except for maybe Synchronously trying to get to Luke Bailey. Yeah,
Locke says Synchronicity and Luke Bailey is the only battle we've got so far in this race here, Tim. But like I said, from a neutral's perspective, you would love to see a safety car, and imagine it like the last 2 laps of the race here, ding dong bow here. But I can't see that happening. I thought we would have had the safety car when Tinnis went off, but he did go off the track as well. But Brennan's as well did go off the track as well, but still did retire in the pits. So if he was a betting man and you're thinking the safety car will come out, I don't think so. I do not guarantee that the safety car will come out in the last remaining laps here of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League here tonight. Just watching Synchronicity closing on Luke Bailey now. 5/10 now for 5th place here. Can he do it, Tim?
Well, we're going to have to find out right now. Synchronously just 0.5 seconds behind Luke Bailey. He had the DRS that gave him a little bit of a boost there, but not enough so far. Luke Bailey, of course, 11 laps on his tires, with Synchronously having 13. So Synchronously just slightly older tires. That might be holding him back here.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't compromise too much here, but Synchronicity could be the effect here. Hopefully not too much there, but JSP's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. So hopefully we have to wait and see what happens here tonight. But Spud's got the fastest lap of the race now with 129.631. However, he's outside the top 10, so he will not get the fastest lap point. You only get that if you're in the top 10 in the league as well. But Vodtech has done 21 laps on the hard tyres, so fair play to him for going all the way there. But look at Synchronicity now, try closing on Luke Bailey now for 5th place. Rimac Fan Club says, come on Rimac, on track for a podium here. He absolutely spot on here at the moment here. I will have a look at the standings here with the leader here. So, he might be off. He might just be out of the... it might just be off the podium here, but let's see what happens here tonight based on the times that I'm seeing here so far. But at the moment, he's still intact. He's still intact, but at the moment he might lose out by a second here. Hopefully not, but Rimac needs to push that car to the limit here. But Synchronicity will be in Luke Bailey here. So now Dodd says, who has the penalty? Rimac has got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Luke Bailey's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. JSP has at least got three seconds worth of penalties. Craig has got 3 seconds worth of penalties. There was someone else as well, which I missed off. Is there anyone else, Tim?
Nice. Niels has at least 8 seconds worth of time penalties. Of course, he's not up there synchronously so far. I'm not seeing any time penalties for him, so he may be sitting pretty for the 5th position. He has some warnings, but no time penalties so far. Sir Spud has at least 6 seconds worth of time penalties as well.
Okay, so
and actually, synchronously does have 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Only 3 seconds.
Okay, so if you heard that, Sonaldo, that is who has the penalties galore here. So, at the moment here, we're coming up to a 3-car battle here for 4th, 5th and 6th. And also Nice Deals and Sir Spud having a ding-dong battle here for 12th and 13th place. But who are you watching so far, Tim?
I'm watching the battle between F1 Richard, Luke Bailey, and synchronously, it is a 3-car battle for the 4th position right now. Lap 25 of 26. F1 Richard sitting in 4th and sitting pretty for a podium because of those time penalties. Luke Bailey, of course, was 6 seconds worth of time penalties, but he's right there anyway with F1 Richard. Of course, there's no way for him to know how many time penalties F1 Richard does or does not have. So the best thing he can do is try to maintain his position and try to gain if possible. Synchronously also still behind Luke Bailey. And now it looks like this pack of 3 is slowly starting to catch nitro gas. Of course, there's not going to be enough time for them to get up there, but they are starting to gain just a little bit as Luke Bailey maybe tried to go on the outside of F1 Richard as he went just a little bit wide, but nothing that he can do there. And synchronously, that's going to allow him to get close to Luke Bailey, but will he be able to make the move in the last 2 laps?
We'll have to wait and see what happens here so far, Tim, but this has been a great ending to the race here. This has been a classic, whatever happens here tonight. And let's hope we'll see some more coming up soon. But at the moment here, F1 Richard has been the biggest mover of the race. It's oh my days, we might have a 3 to bed here. We might have a 3 to bed. Oh, please be a 3 to bed. Please be a 3 to bed. Oh, might guarantee to be a 2 to bed. Oh, Luke Bailey trying over the inside against F1 Richard. Oh my days, that could have been nasty stuff there, but they're still going there. Oh my days, F1 Richard's holding on for 4th here. He's holding on with dear life here, but synchronously will pounce here. He could pounce here any moment here against Luke Bailey, and watching it from his point of view here. Ryan Mack's got the 3-second time penalty for... Oh my days, that big corner there. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. Tim, unbelievable stuff.
Yes, very unfortunate for Rimac. That is 9 seconds worth of time penalties. That basically says no way he's getting a podium today. He may not even get into the top 5. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. It is the last lap, but Luke Bailey right now running in the 5th position. F1 Richard 67 in 4th, synchronously in 6th, synchronously still chasing down Luke Bailey. Of course, he will wind up ahead of Luke Bailey if he does not get any more time penalties before the end of this race. Luke Bailey, meanwhile, getting very close to that McLaren of F1 Richard, but doesn't look like he's close enough to do anything with it.
It doesn't do anything much more better than that on that one there. But Mike is coming up to Mackett and Beckett's now and just try to see where he is on track there before we watch this battle here. But look at Luke Bailey and F1 Richard here. Coming up to Mackett and Beckett's caught out here. Oh, this is going to be brilliant stuff here for the finale part of the race here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. Luke Bailey could have a chance here. Going to watch this point, and then we're going to go straight to Mike, who's just going to cross over the line there to win the British Grand Prix here. But Luke Bailey makes the move. He makes the move. But where's Mike? Mike will pass in Club Corner. He has just won the British Grand Prix. So what a drive there from Mike. What a drive there. British and Rymack goes off a second, but he will drop down. Nigel Gash finishes in the podium this evening. F1 Richard is in podium position here. Oh, Luke Bailey drops down to 6th. Ryan Mack drops down to 4th outside of the podium stuff here. Synchronously finishes in 5th. Luke Bailey in 6th. Oh, Stephen in 7th. Gasto in 8th. But F1 Richard made the biggest movers here. But Gasto will finish in 8th depending on where JSP is. JSP will finish in 9th. So Spurs got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. But Craig will finish in 10th place here. Oh, absolutely manic stuff here. Vodtek will finish in 11th place here. What a drive. 23-24 laps here between JSP and Vodtek on the hot tires, considering what happened at the start of the race here. But they did well to hold on there, but JSP just did well to get the points. But Vodtek misses out on the points after he had that podium last week. Nice Niels coming up to the final bit now, finishing in 12th. Dre Gio will finish in 14th, depending on where Spud is. So Spud will finish in 13th place. But Dre Gio coming up to the final bit of the corner here now to see where he might be. So Spud might drop down to 14th here. Yes, he is. So Spud drops down to 14th. Dre Gio moves up to 13th based on penalties afterwards here. So this will be the race classification in a moment or two. But what a drive there. Yeah, well done to Mike, Nitro and F1 Richard. So we're going to invite them into the podium stuff here tonight. That was a brilliant drive from Mike. Nigel Gash, I definitely wanted him to get a podium. I didn't want to say it in the pre-started because I didn't want to jinx it off. because every time I say Nigel Gash in the podium, it always goes bad there. But luckily tonight, he has just done the business there into second place. And also F1 Richard, who's made the biggest movers of the race here tonight, in third place here. So we're going to get the race classification, and then we'll talk to Tim on his thoughts of the race tonight as well. Here are your race classification for the British Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. You've got Mike in first place, Nigel Gash in second, F1 Richard in third, Roy Mack, who missed out on a podium, in fourth place, Sigurdsson in fifth, Luke Bailey is in sixth, O'Stephen is in seventh, Gaston is in eighth, JSP is in ninth, Craig is in 10th, brilliant drive from him, get a point there, Vodtek in 11th, Nice News in 12th, Dre Geo 13th, Steele in 14th, Steele 15th, Tinner 16th, and Brennan is in 17th place. I don't think I'm going to get all the penalties, but I might be lucky here. Just about by a second there. To see what happens here at this moment in time. But I will invite Mike, Nigel Gash, and F1 Richard for their thoughts of the race tonight, so I can't wait to hear their thoughts as well. But Tim, while I'm getting the drivers in, what's been your best part of the race so far?
It's really hard to pick, because in this particular race, it wasn't as action-packed as last night's performance race was, but it still did not fail to entertain it. Where there were lack of battles, there was no lack of time. Definitely put a spanner into the mix there at the end, and Ryback finishing in fourth. After being well set for a podium without those time penalties, so time penalties coming into play, making it interesting. It really just had me on the edge of my seat there at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I just can't wait for that. It was one of the bestest ever races, one of the classic races of our racing in the F3 League as well. I know we say it every time, but this was one of the classic races to watch back now and again here. So hopefully we'll get Mike, Nigel Gash, and and F1 Richard, to join in on the party here tonight. Hopefully F1 Richard has got his mic with him. Same with Nigel Gash and with Mike as well. So hopefully they'll join in now and again. So I'll just try and invite them in. So just bear with me a sec. So we'll just try and wait for Mike to join in at the moment in time. But Nigel Gash and F1 Richard are in the podium stuff here in the commentators box. Oh, okay, Nigel Gash has left the party, so hopefully we'll try and get him back in. Oh, I think we have just lost Nigel Gash here. I think we've just lost Nigel Gash here. I'm hoping he'll come back here. So the moment that he gets a podium, hopefully he'll come back quickly as well. But let's see what happens here at this moment in time. But so bear with us a sec, guys. We'll try and invite Mike and Nigel Gash again. If not, we might have to just do the podium for F1 Richard as well. So bear with us a sec, guys. Okay, Nigel Gash is saying hold up. He will come back. His mic is just playing up. So I'll just try and make sure that they're joining in. But we'll, if you can, try and invite Nigel Gash in. I'm sorry for the jump-ins of left and right and centre here, but I'm hoping the guys will join in now and again. So just bear with me a sec, guys. Nigel Gash and so I'm just waiting to see what happens here tonight. But like I said, see what happens here tonight. But hopefully we'll try and get some more confirmation here. Nitrogas should be joining in the party here now.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. So we're just waiting for Mike. If he doesn't turn up, we might have to do the second and third place here. But I'm sure Mike would have been absolutely delighted for finishing first place here. But I'm just not sure why he's not joining. Hopefully he will join now and again. But for you guys, can you please make sure you got your loud voice to be shared? If you're not sure how to do it, go to the party settings, and there's an option called allow voice to be shared. Make sure it's set to always allow. So we'll just try and make sure we get that sorted and ready to go. But I have sent invites to Mike, Nitrogash and F1 Richard for the podium stuff. But if Mike's not in, we'll have to do Nitrogash and then F1 Richard. Hopefully Mike will join us in a moment or two. Hopefully he does, but if not, we'll have to find out sooner rather than later here. So, are you guys all set and ready to go?
Yes, mate.
Yes, Malc.
Nice one. So, I'll be talking to Nitrogash and F1 Richard until Mike comes in. If he doesn't, then we'll have to do the second and third place. Nitrogash, how you doing, mate? You alright?
Alright, mate, yeah, not bad.
Oh, I bet it feels great to be in the podium here tonight.
I wasn't expecting it, yeah, it's crazy. I thought F1 Richard was going to catch me at the end as well.
Absolutely manic stuff here tonight, but absolutely manic stuff. What a drive from you. Where did that come from?
I don't know, I wasn't expecting it after last night. I mean, I did alright last night, but I don't know, I just put in a really good quality lap, and then I was hanging with Mike and I think it was Rymac and JSP. I don't know what happened to JSP, but he just disappeared, and I didn't, like, my mic's been playing up all night, so I couldn't ask the engineer anything about penalties or anything, so I didn't know what anybody had. I was just sort of trying to hang on to them, and then I hung on to Mike. It was about 2 seconds after the first stint, but then I don't know, they just seem to have more pace on me on the mediums, but yeah, I'm really pleased. Oh, here he is. Hey.
Oh, is Mike joined?
Yeah, he's in.
Oh, is he? Mike, how you doing, mate? You alright?
No worries. Yeah, same as.
No worries. No worries, Mike. If you don't mind, can you please make sure you got your loud voice to be shared before we kick off? No worries. No worries. Sorry, I'll carry on with Nitrogash and then F1, and then I'm going to talk straight to you, Mike, after this, alright? No worries.
Cool.
Like I said, Nitrogash, I desperately want you to get more podiums tonight, this season. You started off with a podium tonight. That's a brilliant drive from you. That's a brilliant drive. Could we see more of you in the podium this season?
I'm hoping so. I mean, a lot of the tracks that are coming up I enjoy, so I mean, Hungary and Germany are not favourites, so I do actually like Silverstone, although I don't really ever do any good round here, but I mean, tonight's just a really nice turn up, and I mean, getting second, I didn't obviously know about Rybak's penalties, but because I don't know what happened with Luke Bailey and Ryback. Was there a coming together or something? I don't know, but
Luke Bailey lost it at, I think it was one of the grass points during the race there, so that's why he had to write himself down before Margaret and Beckett's. I think he was battling out at there, so that's probably why that was. Yeah,
because I mean, I let him go because he was quicker than me and he's my teammate, so I thought I'd try and let him go and let them guys fight and see if I could pick him up later on. But yeah, no, delighted, Matt. Hopefully, many more to come.
That's what I like to hear from you, because all the seasons, I will say this now, from all the seasons I've known you for many years, mate. I've known you for many years, and I want you to do well. And I'm sure everyone at Invictus would like to see you do well. And I'm sure this will be the catalyst now to start off now of the Drivers' Championship this season. So
yeah, hopefully I'd like to battle. It's good. It's more fun.
Brilliant stuff. You're absolute legend. And I will say this: you are a legend to me, always. So
cheers, mate.
Can I just say, you got Russia next week, so what are your thoughts of Russia and what are your expectations for next week?
I actually don't mind the track that bad, but I've never raced it on a wheel, so I'm going to have to do a bit of practice over the weekend and see how it feels. But generally, I'm feeling better on the wheel than I ever did on the pad, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I should be up there again.
Let's cross your fingers, cross your toes,
Yeah.
cross everything.
Cross everything, yeah.
Yes, hopefully we'll see what happens
And
here.
the toes.
Yeah, and the toes as well, absolutely. But fantastic stuff. But like I said, Nitro, gosh, absolute legend. Well done for tonight. That's what I'd like to see from you in the podium stuff. Let's hope you keep that up with the next few races and throughout the remainder of the season there. So well done for tonight, mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant
Cheers,
stuff.
mate. I'll do my best, mate. Cheers.
You can stay if you want, or you can shoot off. It's up to you. But thank you
I'll
for
stay
tonight.
and listen to the other guys. Yeah, no worries. See you in a bit.
Yeah, see you in a
Cheers.
bit, mate. Thank you. F1 Richard, shall I just get you a ticket for you for the podium stuff now? This is the second time now. You're going the podium now.
Yeah, hello again, Malcolm.
Hello, how you doing? No, so second podium again in the British Grand Prix. How did it feel for you tonight?
I totally messed up qualifying. I sort of made it really hard work, but it was very enjoyable. The race was starting from 10th, and it was competitive all the way through, all the way from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, by the way, to Mike and Nitro. Excellent drive, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Nice,
Cheers, mate.
nice one.
Thank you. Cheers.
Nice one. That's what I like. That's what I like about Invictus. You get all the drivers mutual respect, no issues, no tissues, as we always say. But F1 Richard, tell us about your other thoughts of the race tonight, in your own words, in your battles tonight.
It was pressure from behind, I think, that got me where I was tonight, because I had Synchronously, I had Tinus, and they were right up my exhaust pipes for a while, and they were pushing me all the way. And then, yeah, I think I was mainly keeping away from people than actually trying to catch people.
Yeah, I was going to say, was that bucketfuls of sweat from you with all the pressure that was going to happen there throughout the race?
Yeah, it just makes you concentrate more, doesn't it? It really does. I mean, and slowly but surely, I was starting to catch Nitro in front, and then we came across Luke at Maggots and Beckett's, and that's totally threw me out my stride. That did for a while. But,
Yeah.
And then I just couldn't get Nitro again after that.
Yeah, I think that would have been a belter if you caught up to Nitro with that one anyway. But obviously, I think the top three were the ones that had no penalties. So even if you did try and catch Nitro, you would have not had the penalty, and you would have still gone ahead if you whatever happens here. But as long as you try and get ahead and stuff. But that was just the main thing here, is you got yourself a second podium of the season here. Do you think you got a good chance of winning the Drivers' Championship this season?
I think there's quite a few people in this league that can, and the guy standing on the top step tonight, I think he has. I think Nitro has. There's many of us in this league that can win races and be title contenders.
Absolutely stuff. But F1 Richard, you're an absolute legend as always, and brilliant race from you for third place. I was going to say second. I didn't want to disappoint with Nitro again on that one. I don't want to cause any havoc there, but you did finish in third.
What are you doing? I've only just got it. Don't take it away from me. Jesus.
Sorry. I do apologise on that one. But F1 Richard, well done for finishing third place. Now, last two questions from you, mate, as always. Russia next week. What are your thoughts of the track, and what are your expectations for next week?
Expectations aren't. I don't think I've ever raced in Russia at all, and same as Nitro, I think I've got to bang the practice in this weekend. Yeah, so it's a new one for me anyway. So
absolutely.
But we all like new challenges, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. If you give me more heart attack moments, same with myself and Tim, bloody hell, that would be a fantastic achievement there from you guys to try and go right up to the limit there. But brilliant stuff there from yourself, F1 Richard, for finishing third. That was a cracker of a race from yourself. But I think you was the biggest mover of the race tonight. I think it was with 6 or 7 positions there. So well done for tonight. You did a brilliant job tonight. So well done.
Cheers,
you can stay if you want, or you can shoot off. It's up to you. But thank you very much for
I'm going to have to shoot, Malc.
Yeah, that's fine.
So once again, congratulations, Mike, Nitro. I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, and you, mate. Yeah, see you next week, mate.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Nice one. Thank you to F1 Richard. He's just shooting off now. Like that. So, we're going to go straight to Mike here, who's just joined in late in the commentators box. So, we had to do Nitro Gosh and F1 Richard for second and third. So, we're now going to talk to our winner, the legendary like I said, the civilian legend, as always, is Mike. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Oh yeah, I'm really, really good tonight.
Can I just say a massive, massive congratulations for you tonight. That was a brilliant drive from you.
Thank you, Malc.
What was your thoughts of your race tonight, in your own words?
Whew, the pole really saved me, I think, because everybody was so quick. Nitro was pressuring me a bit at the start, and then Rimac, oh man, I had to manage the ERS all the time. It was so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really happy because, like always, I didn't have any real practice. I came to the PS4 about half an hour before the race, and I nicked Richard setup. Thank you, F1 Richard.
Oh, you had to say it when he shot off that.
Yeah, but I was too late.
Oh, I bet he was thinking, thank you. I'll do that more often on that one with the setups there. But brilliant stuff there.
When I did a few TT laps and I saw my time, I thought, oh, I can go for a podium tonight.
Yeah, you did well. You did well, Mike. That is just, without that, that's the old Mike that we all know, and dominating of the races there. But did you?
Yeah, but it wasn't really dominating. It wasn't really dominating if you consider 1.5 second, 2 seconds of a gap only. So that's not much.
Sorry, I do apologise. It's just you start and finished in first. Whatever happens, that's what I mean. I know I felt like dominant by saying like 20 seconds or something. No, it felt like you did well to hold on to that first place against Rimac. I was going to say, did you felt a lot of pressure against Rimac at the start of the first stint of the race?
Yeah, but you know, we don't get nervous anymore.
Fair enough.
It's the experience and stuff, but you feel the pressure, of course. And Craig really surprised me. He was on the mediums and he pitted really early.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that, but like I said, it depends on. He got well to get the 10th place there, Mike. To be fair.
Congrats, Nitro, and I was thinking, hopefully he get out in front of Rimac and they have a bit of a squabble.
You're hoping on that one. But I'm sure
it was like that. But how came Nitro couldn't hold him back?
He got me coming out of the pits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pitted a lap later, and then they both got me coming out of the pits.
Yeah, I was playing on that. I was hoping you and Rimac would fight a bit, and that gave me a bit of a breathing room. And
never.
It was a great race, I guess.
Never.
I hope it was good to watch.
Can I just say, I will say this now, this was one classic race, and I will say it again, this was a classic race. And I even screamed when you did the qualifying lap, Mike, so you need to watch that as well.
Oh yeah, like always before bed, I always watch the race.
Yeah, so you're going to be absolutely loving it tonight. But But Mike, well done for tonight. That was a brilliant drive from you.
Thank you.
Do you feel like you've got the chance now to pump yourself up into the Drivers' Championship battle here?
No, don't ask me that, please.
Too late. I've said it now on that one.
You know, I finished second twice in a row, so
yeah.
I don't want to get any hopes up, so
we'll
see how it goes.
Oh, you're teasing us, Mike. You're absolutely teasing us.
And the grid, the lineup this season is much more competitive, much more.
Absolutely. But yeah, like I said, I hope this is going to be one hell of a close battle for the F3 title. I reckon it'll be one of the best ever so far in this season. But usual 2 questions, Mike. I'm sure you're going to love this. Russia.
I love it.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that. What are your thoughts of the track and what are your expectations?
It's kind of similar than like Silverstone. It's a lot of quick sweeping bends and penalty galore for other drivers, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, it could be beneficial for you, Mike, if everyone gets all the penalties. You might do well. You just never know on that one. But Mike,
I'm counting on it.
yeah, you just never know. You just never know. If you could do what you just did at just the race here done, that would be a magnificent achievement there. But
my record was, I think it was F1 2017 when we did the Russia three times in 1 week, and never got any penalties. So I'm pretty confident.
Fair enough, Mike. Can I just say, massive congratulations for you tonight for winning the F3, the race, and I wish you all the very best of luck throughout the remainder of the season. I know it's only 3 races in, but keep on track with that, mate. So well done for tonight. Brilliant stuff. You can stay if you want, or you can shoot off. It's up to you. But thank you very much for tonight.
I have to go.
No
Thank
worries.
you, Malc.
No worries, mate. Take care of yourself. See you later, mate.
Cheers,
Take care.
Nitro. Bye.
So,
See you, Mark. Cheers.
So, I'd like to thank Mike, Nigagash and F1 Richard for their brilliant podium stuff here tonight, and also Mike for the win in the British Grand Prix. So brilliant stuff there from all of them there as well. But Tim, what a race. Again, unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, it was a really good race there. You know, when it's all said and done, there's a lot of mid-pack battles. Again, like we saw last night. You know, Synchronously definitely keeping it interesting with Luke Bailey and F1 Richard. And congratulations to, you know, all the podium finishers. They just put on a really good show.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. And I know I keep saying it, but this is like one of the bestest classic races we have ever had for a very long time in the F3 League. But it's hard to pick a driver for driver of the day. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's very difficult, honestly.
Absolutely.
To choose.
Absolutely, and we could be undecided in what to pick for our commentators' driver of the day. But I'm sure Mike, Nigagash, and F1 Richard will definitely be in that category there for all their battles there so far. Rymac as well, who did well. Synchronously did well as well for their battles, and then Craig out of nowhere getting to the top 10 with so near the back of the grid there. So he did well. They all did well, and it's very tough for us to pick one on the stream here tonight. But can I just say a massive thank you to everyone that was watching the stream so far, and thank you everyone for watching. Can you please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel for all the live races here tonight? Fantastic stuff here as always. But can I just say a massive thank you to the greatest American commentator of them all, Tim. Thank you very much for tonight, mate. You have been an absolute legend as always.
Thank you, Malc. It has been extremely fun, and these races just wouldn't be the same without you.
Oh, thank you, mate. You're an absolute ledge, and I keep saying it now. You're an absolute legend, as always. Peace out on that one. So, like I said, thank you very much for everyone that's watching. This was the Invictus Racing League. This was the British Grand Prix for the F3 League. Next week, we will be doing at the glorious race of the Russian Grand Prix. So, I wish you all a very good night. Good night. Good night.